Hello everyone, Andy Breeding here. With Dying Light being released a little over a week ago, I finally wrapped everything up in order to tell you what I think about the game, so let's get into it, shall we? The setup for Dying Light has you in the shoes of a government agent airdropped into the zombie-infested quarantine city of Haran to recover a file that might have the cure for the Walking Dead. Problem is, a rogue agent in control of an army of thugs has the file you're looking for. So you end up doing tasks for the survivors of the tower in order to get closer to getting this file. A lot of the story has you doing fetch quests, which in most games would be boring after a while. What saves this is the traversal in Dying Light. The parkour system is so well done. It's not automatic like it would be in the Assassin's Creed series, which might make people say the system is clunky, but it's far from it. Timing is everything when it comes to using parkour. Having the jump button mapped to the right shoulder of the controller helps so much in that it makes sure that your thumbs never leave the analog sticks. This leaves you free to concentrate on finding the premium line to run. Much like the Tony Hawk games, it feels so satisfying to string together jumps, slides, vaults, while you're running from the undead. This is really important in the nighttime with super zombies roaming about. You could just stay in the nearby safe houses until daylight breaks, but with double points for the 3 skill trees being active during the nighttime, it might be hard to avoid the temptation. Although the main story is your standard fare, the side quests littered about in Dying Light are more interesting than I thought they would be. It could be the nature of fitting as much as possible in such a small amount of time that made them more interesting. Or it could be that it gave me an excuse to do more parkour. Either way, going after these side quests never really felt like a chore. One of the most stress-inducing moments in Dying Light was precariously climbing the world's largest tower. Having to carefully walk a metal beam while swaying back and forth hundreds of feet in the air had me holding my breath until I reached the top. Being afraid of heights, Dying Light knew just how to play into that fear very well. After reaching the top, I really needed a stiff drink. That was just, it was incredible how it played into my fear. Something that doesn't happen until you're almost at the halfway point of the game is the grappling hook. Now, this thing, if you've ever played Just Cause 2, and you remember the grappling hook in that, like, it was just, you can grapple at anything, you can jump from, like, thousands of feet in the air straight to the ground. When you're about to hit the ground, shoot the grappling hook, pull yourself to the ground, and you'll be safe. This grappling hook pretty much works the same way in Dying Light. It has some restrictions, like, you can't spam it consistently. It's more of like you get 2 shots, and then you gotta let it recharge. But this thing just attaches to anything. Like, it almost makes doing the parkour kind of like non-existent once you get this thing, because honestly, you can just point it at some building far away and go, okay, let me attach to that, and like Spider-Man, you're just like, and you connect to the damn building and climb on up. I mean, if it wasn't for the whole recharging thing, you can only use it twice before recharge, you could probably just replace parkour with Spider-Man grabbing with this grappling hook. There are some surfaces that it can't quite grab, like it'll connect to something, but you think you can grab onto the ledge that's right above the grappling point, but you end up falling down to your doom, which is not fun because you think you can grab onto a building, then you land into a pit of like a whole, just a horde of zombies, and then you got to find a way out of, which sucks. Some of the other things I didn't really like about the game was the combat. Now, with the main focus of the game being on parkour, you don't really have to fight a lot of zombies if you don't want to. You can just basically treat the floor as lava and just run across the rooftops to safety, except for a few moments where it's scripted that you have to fight some more of the bigger zombies or human AI characters. Also, starting out with the melee combat at the very beginning of the game, you have to really pick and choose which battles you take on, or else you'll be overwhelmed. It's just, you can't just rush in there thinking that you can just bash everybody's heads in or cut them off or whatever, because you will quickly get overwhelmed and you will die. Once you unlock more skills in the combat tree, however, everything becomes trivial. It's easy to just sit on top of a rooftop, craft some grenades, chuck it down into just a mass of zombies, watch them all blow up. Doing that, though, makes some noise, and it causes the faster moving zombies that basically just turned, it basically has them come towards you, and you're gonna have to deal with them eventually. They can climb on rooftops very easily. So, but they're not as hard to deal with, especially with the combat tree. There's other things besides being able to craft grenades. You can stomp on zombies' heads as they're climbing up on the rooftop, so that makes it pretty much easy to deal with. The other thing about the combat is that they introduce guns later on in the game, and it just slows everything down. It makes it a first-person shooter when really it shouldn't. It should be a first-person runner, and I should be able to just parkour and run up and punch somebody in the face, or run up, grab their knife, throw it at the guy in front of them, reach back, snap the guy's neck, and then move on to the next guy, like tumble towards him or whatever, or just run away and lead him into a pack of zombies and get him killed. Instead, give you a gun. It's like, all right, go for headshots, which is the easiest way. Like, some people will say that the gunplay sucks, and it does if you just hold down a button and you just unload a clip on the zombies or other human AI. But if you actually just take your time, aim for the head like you're supposed to with zombies and with humans too, you can kill them in one shot. So it makes the gunplay kind of like, why is it there? I understand zombie apocalypse, you're going to have guns, but for the most of the game, you kind of focus away from anyone having guns and guns being a rare commodity, and then all of a sudden you start throwing guns in my face left and right. It felt like they didn't know what to do there, and it kind of sucks. Even with some of those dislikes, I still highly recommend playing Dying Light. The game looks gorgeous. The parkour system is amazing. It feels so great to just be able to see the path and just be able to run, jump, climb, vault, slide, whatever the case may be. It just feels so smooth. Thank you all for checking out my review. I hope you enjoy it. I hope to have more coming down the pipe. This is, of course, being my first one, so it might be a little rough. I apologize if it comes off that way. I will try to get better at it. Like I said, I'm still getting used to talking in front of a camera. It's a little odd. I'll get used to it eventually. With time, everyone gets better with practice. So until next time, later.